Good afternoon, and thank you for taking part in the BE10 Overview webinar for new filers today. My name is Mark Goddard. I am the Chief of the Foreign Operations Section, Bureau of Economic Analysis, which is the group responsible for collecting and analyzing the completed BE10 survey forms. I will be the presenter during today's webinar session. I would now like to go over the format of this BE webinar. I will be showing the BE10 overview video that is available on the BE10 respondent page in 5 parts. After each video clip, I will display a few relevant BE10 questions and answer them. These are the questions that have been received from new filers since the mail-out of the survey in March. 2 of my colleagues will also be taking part in the webinar. Their names are Amanda Peterson and James Krim. They will be answering questions that you submit during the webinar presentation. Please submit questions that you have at any time during this webinar. You can submit questions at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. If time permits, I may answer selected questions submitted during the course of this webinar. In order to maintain complete confidentiality, please do not include any company-specific information within your questions. I would now like to begin by showing the first portion of the BE10 overview video, which covers what is collected, who must file,
This is an introductory video from the Bureau of Economic Analysis, U.S. Department of Commerce, for the BE10 Benchmark Survey of U.S. Direct Investment Abroad. In this video, you will learn about the BE10 Benchmark Survey, if you have to participate, and what forms you must file. The Bureau of Economic Analysis produces comprehensive statistics on U.S. direct investment abroad that are essential to the compilation of the U.S. economic accounts and for the analysis of the activities in multinational enterprises. The statistics derived from data collected on the survey are available in considerable detail by country and by industry. These statistics are presented in interactive data tables on the BEA website. Surveys of U.S. direct investment abroad are conducted to collect current economic data on the operations of U.S. parent companies and their foreign affiliates. BEA collects this data annually from U.S. companies with larger foreign affiliates on the BE11 survey. Every 5th year, BEA conducts a benchmark survey of U.S. direct investment abroad, known as the BE10, to collect data from U.S. companies with foreign affiliates, both large and small. All U.S. companies that own a foreign affiliate, that is, that had direct or indirect ownership of at least 10% of the voting stock in a foreign business enterprise, must file a BE10 survey. The U.S. company is referred to as the U.S. reporter in the BE10 survey. A U.S. reporter is defined as any U.S. person that had a foreign affiliate at any time during the U.S. person's 2014 fiscal year. A U.S. person is any individual or entity that resides in the United States or is subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. The BE10 is being conducted under the authority of the International Investment and Trade and Services Survey Act. Under this law, the filing of reports is mandatory, and your company's information is confidential. Whoever fails to report may be subject to penalties. For additional information, please review the BE10 instruction booklet. The data you provide are confidential and may be used only for analytical or statistical purposes. Your reported information cannot be used for purposes of taxation, investigation, or regulation, and copies retained in your files are immune from legal process. Without your prior written permission, the information filed in your report cannot be presented in a manner that allows it to be individually identified.
Now we'll go over a few frequently asked questions. Why is the BE10 survey data collected? The survey obtains data on the financial and operating characteristics of and on positions and transactions between U.S. parent companies and their foreign affiliates. The data collected will provide a factual framework through which policymakers and the general public may address issues pertaining to U.S. direct investment abroad. Who must file the 2014 BE10 Survey? A BE10 report is required of any U.S. person that had direct or indirect ownership or control of at least 10% of the voting stock of an incorporated foreign business enterprise, or an equivalent interest in an unincorporated foreign business enterprise at any time during the U.S. person's 2014 fiscal year. Does a U.S. company with a fiscal year end of December have to complete BE10 survey forms if its only foreign affiliate was liquidated in June of 2014? Yes. If the foreign affiliate was not owned during any portion of 2014, then a form must be filed for that foreign affiliate. Again, if the foreign affiliate was owned during any portion of 2014, then a form must be filed for that foreign affiliate. The applicable foreign affiliate survey form will include income statement data up to the June of 2014 liquidation date and zero balances for all balance sheet items. A BE10 A form will also need to be reported for the fully consolidated U.S. domestic business enterprise. Are the data reported on the BE10 survey kept confidential? Yes. The information included in the completed BE10 survey forms may be used only for analytical and statistical purposes, and access to the information shall be available only to officials and employees of agencies designated by the President to perform functions under the International Investment and Trade and Services Survey Act. No official or employee shall publish or make available any information collected under the Act in such a manner that the person to whom the information relates can be specifically identified. Now I'll show another video.
The due date of the BE10 depends on the number of BE10 B, C, and D forms the U.S. reporter is required to file. A U.S. reporter filing fewer than 50 forms has a May 29th due date. A U.S. reporter filing more than 50 forms has a June 30th due date. The BE10 forms can be filed using our electronic filing system, e-file, at www.bea.gov/e-file. The e-file system enables reporters to download the survey forms in PDF format for each reportable entity, enter the required data, save the data, and submit the form securely to BEA. Electronic filing saves taxpayers money and is completely paperless, fast, and easy. E-file is BEA's preferred filing method. To log into the e-file system, enter your username and password, and then click Login. If you have forgotten your username or password, you can click here to recover either. New users of the e-file system must create a username and password. Click on the link in Step 1 to register for a new account. You should also click on this link if you have used e-file in the past, but have not used it since BEA implemented its new username login procedure in late 2014. First-time filers can either submit a paper copy or contact BEA to set up an e-file account. If you have additional questions, you can click on the link for how to use e-file or watch the video tutorial. For paper filing, you can mail your completed reports to BEA using either the U.S. Postal Service or a private delivery service. The address is different depending on which service you choose to use. Addresses are printed on the front of the survey forms.
Now I'll review a few more frequently asked questions on the topics just covered by the video clip. Can a U.S. reporter request an extension for filing? Yes, you can request an extension by completing the extension request form, which is located on the BE10 webpage. You can send the extension request form through our secure message system if you have an eFile user account, or you can fax it to 202-606-5312. Before we go to the next question, I'd actually like to reference the BE10 extension request form within the BE10 respondent. So as you can see here, this is the BE10 respondent webpage. You can get to this webpage by going to www.bea.gov/DIA. Upon that site, you will see a 2014 BE10 benchmark survey link. Click on the link, and please notice as well that the link to this web page was in the letter and/or flyer that you received for new filers. So now the request for extension for filing is located in the bottom left portion of the resources under Other Resources. Under Other Resources, you can see the BE10 request for extension for filing. I did want to point that out to everyone before going to the next question. How can I complete the BE10 survey forms as a first-time filer? The BE10 survey forms can be completed using the fillable PDF forms or by using the eFile system, if eligible, which are both located on the BE10 webpage. I now want to go back to the BE10 webpage, New Filers section. So back here on the BE10 webpage, underneath at the top right, underneath the File Online with eFile button, you see here Instruction for New Filers. You can click on that link, and there's very valuable information here on how can a new filer submit the 2014 BE10 survey forms. There are many links within this section that you can click on to find out more. Most importantly, the multi-step process that can take 2 or 3 days for each eFile link. I did want to point out to everyone to take a look at this link so that if you are eligible to e-file, you know the information to provide to BEA so that we can set you up with the information necessary to get started with a BE10 e-file password and username. Now let's watch another video clip.
The BE10 survey covers all U.S. companies that own one or more foreign affiliates, regardless of the size of their foreign affiliates. In some cases, the U.S. reporter may own just one foreign affiliate. In other cases, the U.S. reporter may own many foreign affiliates. The BE10 collects various financial and operating data items from the U.S. reporter and its foreign affiliates on the BE10 forms. Financial data includes assets, liabilities, total sales, and net income. Operational data includes fiscal year-end, ownership structure, products and services, and industry classification code. The BE10 survey includes BE10 A, B, C, and D forms. Each U.S. reporter files a BE10 A form for the U.S. parent company. Each U.S. reporter files a BE10 B, C, or D form for each of its foreign affiliates. Because the BE10 is only filed every 5 years, some respondents may be seeing these forms for the first time. We would like to give you some helpful background about each of the BE10 forms.
What if some of the data items requested on the BE10 survey forms are difficult to obtain? If actual data are not available or only partial data are available, provide estimates and label it as such. When data items cannot be fully subdivided as required, provide totals and an estimated breakdown of the totals. Are any foreign affiliates exempt during the BE10 benchmark reporting year? No, all foreign affiliates must be reported on an applicable BE10 survey form. Now another video clip which covers each forms.
The BE10 A Form is used to collect survey data from the U.S. reporter. The data pertains to the fully consolidated U.S. domestic business enterprise for the U.S. reporter's 2014 fiscal year. The U.S. domestic business should include all of the U.S. and the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and all the territories and possessions of the U.S., while excluding foreign branches and other foreign affiliates. For BE10A, BEA uses assets, sales, and net income of the U.S. reporter, whichever is greater, as a reporting criterion to determine whether the U.S. reporter needs to complete the entire form or only part of the form. If the assets, sales, or net income of the U.S. reporter, positive or negative, is greater than $300 million at the end of 2014, then the U.S. reporter needs to complete the entire BE10A form. If the assets, sales, or net income of the U.S. reporter, positive or negative, are all smaller than or equal to $300 million at the end of 2014, then the U.S. reporter needs to complete only items 1 through 42 and 97 through 114 of the form. The BE10 B, C, and D forms are all for foreign affiliates. Each foreign affiliate files one form. Which form to file for each foreign affiliate depends on two factors. 1. Majority or minority ownership by the U.S. reporter, and 2. The size of the foreign affiliate, which is based on the size of assets, sales, or net income of the foreign affiliate, whichever is greater. A foreign affiliate is either majority-owned or minority-owned by its U.S. parent. A majority-owned foreign affiliate is one in which the combined direct and indirect ownership interest of the U.S. reporter of the affiliate exceeds. A minority-owned foreign affiliate is one in which the U.S. reporter owns between 10 and 50% of the affiliate. Here's an example of how to determine ownership of a foreign affiliate. This U.S. reporter owns 80% of foreign affiliate A, which makes foreign affiliate A majority-owned directly by the U.S. reporter. Foreign affiliate A directly owns 70% of foreign affiliate B. We get the indirect ownership of the U.S. reporter in foreign affiliate B by multiplying 80% by 70%, which is 56%. Because the indirect ownership of foreign affiliate B by the U.S. reporter exceeds 50%, foreign affiliate B is majority-owned indirectly by the U.S. reporter. Foreign affiliate A directly owns 60% of foreign affiliate C. We get the indirect ownership of the U.S. multiplying 80% by 60%, which is 48%. Because the indirect ownership of foreign affiliate C by the U.S. reporter is between 10 and 50%, foreign affiliate C is minority-owned indirectly by the U.S. reporter. To determine whether to file a BE10B form, answer two questions. Was the foreign affiliate considered majority-owned? And were the affiliate's assets, sales, and net income all greater than $80 million at the end of 2014? If the answers to both questions are yes, then complete a BE10B form for this foreign affiliate. The BE10C form collects data on three different types of affiliate. 1. Majority-owned affiliates that have assets, sales, or net income between $25 million and $80 million. 2. Owned affiliates that have assets, sales, or net income greater than $25 million. And 3. Foreign affiliates that have assets, sales, or net income less than $25 million, and that own another foreign affiliate that was filed on a BE10B or BE10C form. Recall that a majority-owned foreign affiliate is one in which the ownership interest of the U.S. reporter in the affiliate exceeds 50%, and a minority-owned foreign affiliate is one in which the U.S. reporter's ownership interest in the affiliate is between 10% and 50%. The BE10D form collects data for foreign affiliates that have assets, sales, and net income that are all less than $25 million. However, foreign affiliates that own another foreign affiliate that was filed on a BE10B or BE10C form must file a BE10C form instead of BE10D.
Should foreign operations be included on the BE10 A Form? No. The BE10 A Form should only include the fully consolidated U.S. domestic business enterprise for the U.S. reporter's 2014 fiscal year. This does include any U.S. to foreign intercompany transactions. I'd now like to reference the BE10 respondent webpage on this webpage, I want to let you know that for the BE10A form, we have a BE10A form overview video, and this video is located in the top left of the webpage under video tutorials. Right underneath BE10 overview video is the BE10A form overview. I do recommend everyone watch this video to get comfortable and familiar with completing the BE10A form. Now I'm going to go back to another question. How many foreign affiliates can be reported on a BE10 Deform? The BE10 Deform is the form you should use to report data for foreign affiliates with assets, sales, and net income less than $25 million. An unlimited number of foreign affiliates that meet this criteria can be reported on a single BE10 Deform. I'd like to go back to the respondent webpage again, the BE10 webpage, and show the additional BE10 affiliate form is located. So within the web page, on the right hand of the screen, you see all of the forms, which are fillable PDFs. And underneath the D form is an additional affiliate page, BE10D, so that you can complete extra D form affiliates if you run out of room when filling out the fillables on the BE10. This shouldn't really be the case for you as new filers, but I did want to point that out in case that became a problem. So the BE10D additional affiliate page is located here on the web page if needed. Now I'm going to answer another question. Are there additional reporting requirements for a U.S. reporter that is owned by a foreign company? Yes. In addition to the BE10 A form, a foreign-owned U.S. reporter is also required to file the BE15 BEA Annual Survey of Foreign Direct Investment in the United States. Since many of the data collected on the BE15A form are the same as data collected on the BE10A, foreign-owned U.S. reporters that file the BE15A form are only required to complete some of the items on the BE10A form. I did want to show you on the BE10A form here, I'll wait for it to pop up on the screen. I wanted to highlight the question number in which this question was asked regarding the BE15. So as you can see, question 11 here pretty much states that, is the U.S. reporter named in one a U.S. affiliate of a foreign person and required to file a 2014 Form BE15A Annual Survey of Foreign Direct Investment in the United States? If you answer yes, then you're completing the BE15A form, but the good thing is you'll only be completing limited information on the BE10A form, as you can see with the question numbers referenced to complete. So there'll be limited information on the BE10A form that you will need to complete. I did want to highlight that before I went to the next video clip. So now let's go to the next and last video clip, which covers the claim for not filing form, the secure messaging system.
If the U.S. person was notified by BEA about the need to file the survey, but had no foreign affiliates during its 2014 fiscal year, it must file a BE10 claim for not filing. No other forms in the survey are required. The due date for the claim for not filing is May 29th. You can submit it by mail to the address on the form or by faxing it to 202-606-5312. BEA uses a secure messaging system to correspond with you via encrypted message to discuss questions relating to the survey. Use of the secure messaging system helps us to ensure that the data you have provided is kept confidential. There are times when we may use your email address for survey-related announcements or to inform you about secure messages. When you email outside of the secure messaging system, please do not include any confidential business or personal information. If you have any questions about completing a BE10 survey, please contact the BE10 staff at 202-606-5566. For information on the BE10 survey, including video tutorials, blank forms, instructions, e-file system, please go to www.bea.gov/DIA. The OS reporter may request an extension of the filing deadline by completing the request for extension from the above web address.
Does every U.S. company have to submit a claim for not filing if they are not submitting BE10 survey forms? No. U.S. companies that do not meet the reporting requirements and that have not been contacted by BEA are not required to complete and return a BE10 claim for not filing to BEA. If you are a new filer that has been contacted by BEA, you must either complete the required BE10 survey forms or the claim for not filing. How can I use the secure messaging system? The secure messaging system is available to all U.S. reporters that have obtained an e-file account. If you do not have an e-file account, you can always call our office to discuss any questions you have or to obtain e-file access. The contact phone number is 202-606-5566. I have now finished the FAQs for this webinar as well as the video. I would like to now highlight back to the BE10 Respondent page just to go over all the resources available on the BE10 Respondent webpage. So again, starting at the top left for the benchmark BE10 Survey of U.S. Direct Investment Abroad Respondent webpage. First, starting off, you see the video tutorials. We have the BE10 overview, which I showed today during this webinar, the BE10 A Form overview, and an e-file video tutorial. Those are all important videos to view, and I strongly recommend it. As resources below that, the 2012 NAICS guide, that can help you identify your primary and secondary industry codes for each foreign affiliate and the U.S. reporter when completing the survey forms. As well, we have the BE10 request for extension for filing, which I highlighted during this webinar. So going back now to the top right, we have the e-file online with e-file button, so that's definitely stood out. And I also recommend the instructions for new filers below that, to look at that. Below that, we have each of the BE10 survey forms in fillable format, the BE10 A, the B, the C, the D additional affiliate page, as well as a claim for not filing, and most importantly, the BE10 instruction booklet. I definitely recommend everyone look over the BE10 instruction booklet because a lot of questions you have, and even the questions you probably have during this webinar, can be answered within our BE10 instruction booklet. Down below, we have general generic questions, and newly added, we have FAQs for funds. These FAQs offer general guidance on how the survey reporting requirements and instructions apply to private funds and their managers. Since many of private funds have unique structures and the FAQs cannot address all circumstances, private fund representatives are encouraged to contact BEA for any additional guidance that they may need. And if you see towards the very far right, it says if you still need assistance, you can contact us at the BE10_11 e-file at bea.gov, as well as calling us, and this number has been referenced, at 202-606-5566. If you call us at that number, my staff or myself will be happy to assist you with any questions you may have. And these questions I'm answering are ones that are being asked of today during today's webinar presentation. So the first question, are these slides and videos going to be available after the presentation? That answer is yes. We will have this webinar presentation recorded, and it will be available soon on the BE10 webpage. So therefore, if you got interrupted or arrived late, you'll be able to watch the presentation, the webinar presentation, to its entirety, as well as hopefully those that were not able to take part in this webinar, they'll be able to check that out on our BE10 webpage. Another question, given the due date for the report, will there be an extension provided to private fund managers or investment advisors to allow time to review the FAQs? So I'm assuming now that since we do have those recently added private fund FAQs added, some of these individuals may need time to digest those FAQs to establish the need to file our survey forms if necessary. Based on that, these individuals can feel free to complete a extension request form or give us a call and we can work with you to give you some extra time beyond the first end of May due date to complete the survey forms. So that's definitely a possibility. All right, a lot of questions are coming in. That's good to see. Here's another question. I received a potential filer letter but do not have any foreign affiliates. What do I need to do? Well, if you receive the potential filer letter from us, it means we've identified the situation in which you may be required to file. So if you did receive a potential filer letter, but do not have any foreign affiliates, which meets the requirements, or in this case don't have any foreign affiliates, then you would need to fill out the claim for not filing so that we can make a note in our files that you do not have any foreign affiliates and will not be filing the BE10 survey forms. All right, must first-time filers' paper reports be postmarked by May 29th or received by the BEA by May 29th? We would like to have these forms received in our office location by May 29th. However, if they are postmarked by May 29th, then that is not going to be a complete problem. Please note that some of these forms do go through a security screening process, and in that case, when they go through that for several weeks, and if you did receive a late letter but did submit them in between the time of the late letter, then you can ignore the late letter. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing there, but I guess the bottom line is if they're postmarked by May 29th, that's not going to be a deal breaker as far as meeting the filing requirements. Okay, another question that's just coming in now. Are all references to the U.S. reporter to be understood as references to the fully consolidated U.S. domestic business enterprise? Yes, that is correct. All references to U.S. reporter, that's what we consider the fully consolidated U.S. domestic business enterprise. Okay, another question. If you have not been contacted to file, are you required to do so? Again, if you have not been contacted by BEA to file, but you do meet the BE10 benchmark reporting requirements, then yes, you do need to still file. It is your due diligence to send us BE10 survey forms, even if BEA has not reached out to you. And hopefully for those watching this webinar, you get a clear understanding of all the requirements, and you will complete the survey forms even if we did not contact you. So I'm glad I could answer all of these technical questions for everyone regarding the BE10 survey. I'm now going to turn it over to James Krim and Amanda Peterson, who are available online now to continue answering questions through the 2:30 p.m. time frame, Eastern Time. Again, they will continue to stay on and answer questions until the 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time for which the webinar ends. Thanks again to everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.